was fun. It was enjoyable. Winning national championships, a dream come true. But then after a few weeks, we kind of put that to the side and says, we got some work to do and we got to go do it. So we've been working pretty hard ever since. Well, I think going through experiences like that, the obstacles, the adversity that you deal with as a football player and bouncing back and learning how to handle a team will obviously give you experience to handle those situations better coming on down the road. But hopefully we don't have to deal with exactly the same situations we had to go through last year. But I'm so excited about my team and how we've grown from that and from last season as far as leadership-wise, chemistry-wise, and caring for each other. I just am really proud of the guys right now.
Your decision to return, how much did you work or discuss with Urban about returning? I understand you've taken some snaps under center. How much more of a pro-style set offense are you going to do?
I don't think much of one. I think, our base offense, which Coach Meyer has ran for the last 8 years, is going to stay the same. But will we have little pockets of different things? I mean, y'all know the single wing, the Percy formation, the different things we do. Will we have a pocket of something like that? Absolutely, because, that fits our team this year with our tailbacks and with our receivers, that could fit our team. So it might be something that we implement.
Is that a figure into your decision to return?
No, absolutely not. Good. But yes, I love throwing versus one high speed post. Yes, I am.
Being a senior, what would you say?
I think y'all are stunned right now. Y'all can't even ask a question. Look at this. The first time ever. Wow. I mean, I was ready for the question. I don't think y'all were, though. Well, I think that you need to have a lot of emotion, not let it get to you emotion, but have enough emotion where you care so much that you're willing to do anything to win. Your teammates see that, whether it's, waking up at 4, going to bed at 1, studying all day, studying all night, training, preparing, because that's what it takes. Every day you go in there to get better, not to get by. And if that's your focus every day when you step in that weight room, on the practice field, on the game field, that's your focus, you're going to be successful because people will see your heart. They will see your intensity. They'll see how much you love this game and your players, and then you'll be successful. It was a lot of things. We had a long lunch at Ballyhoo's. Me, my mom and dad, and Coach Meyer sat there for about 6 hours discussing it. And before that, I had talked to NFL coaches and different people and just thought about it. But I really didn't have too much in-depth thought and conversation about it till that day at lunch. And we just talked and, talked about the platform that I had at the University of Florida, the opportunity that I had to minister to a lot of kids around the South and in the U.S. for that matter, and just what was going on at the University of Florida, how much I loved it, how much I loved being a Gator, and I also wanted to be loyal. And most people would have probably, said, I've accomplished some things, so I'm going to leave, but I wanted to be different. I wanted to be loyal. I wanted to be loyal to my teammates and let them know that I care more about them than, going to try to, go the next level and do something else. I wanted to be loyal to Coach Meyer and thank him for everything he's done for me. And just enjoying my senior year at the University of Florida. And I think something that we talked about a lot with that was, my platform and what an opportunity I had was in the national championship game, the verses that I wore under my eyes. Within the next 2 days, 94 million people had Googled that. And, when I heard that, you're like, wow, that's, the impact that you have, it's incredible. And, it's truly a blessing. And I wanted to take advantage of that for one more year. I don't get a concern from being number one, because I mean, you could say, or you could get complacent, or, you're not going to go out there and work. You're going to just rest on your laurels, or, whatnot. Well, I think that could be true any year, because, you're the University of Florida. You're going to get hyped. You're going to be talked about and whatnot. And so there's always going to be so-called pressure. But, I think our senior leaders, the older players on our team, the guys who have gone through years and played, I think they want this season more than any other season that we've ever played. And as far as hard work and preparing, we've done that more so this year than any other year I've been at the University of Florida. And, we're not, just resting on our laurels, or worrying about being number one, or caring about being number one. We're worrying about every day when we step on that field, we're getting better. We're focused on having dedicated effort and love for each other and passion for the game, not worrying about being number one or what people say, because all we care about is what they say at the end of the year, and that's our focus right now.
Tim, you're probably easily the most popular player in college football. How do you minister to young kids across America? And second part of this question is, how do you minister to some of your teammates who've gotten in trouble since you've been at the university?
Well, I think the number one way that you minister to people is through your actions, is by them seeing you and how you act and how you treat people and how you love people. And so, my goal is through that is for my teammates and people in general, is to see that I'm a genuine person, someone who cares about them. If someone needs something, I want to be the first one there. If there's a new sick kid in the hospital, I want to be the first one to visit him. I think they see that and they say, what is it about him that does that? And, then I'll have an opportunity to say, that's my relationship with Jesus Christ. And you'll get to minister your faith and what you believe in by your actions first, and not, always preaching or trying to share it first, but how you act and what you do first.
You set up the championship a couple of weeks and had to get back out and talk about it. Where can this team improve? What do you feel like you guys need to do in the offseason?
I think we can improve in a lot of areas. I think, overall in every day, just being focused, and every day worrying about the things that we can control. And I think our team has really done a great job of that, and having leaders at each position kind of taking control and saying, okay, you know what, DBs, we're going to work on this. Quarterbacks, we're doing this. Linebackers, we're doing this. Because you can't have the coaches coaching off season. So we need leaders to take the positions and be the coach. And I think that's a great thing that we've had this off season that is really going to make a difference for us. I don't know, and it just really doesn't matter too much to me.
Tim, it's been peeled back by committee, and big wins seem like Luke Percy got the majority of the football. With him gone, how do you replace him, and do you see him back stepping into the coach above the rest?
I don't see it back. I think all three of them are great. I think all three of them will get playing time, get the ball. I'll try to get him there as much as possible. But I think you're not going to replace Percy Harvin. He's too good of a player. But what you can do is you can have other guys step up, just like in Alabama, just like in FSU, just like in Vanderbilt the year before, South Carolina the year before. You're going to have guys step up and really take those leadership positions and run with them. And I think you're going to have guys like Aaron Hernandez, David Nelson, Deontay Thompson. Those guys are going to step up and be bigger, contributors than they were last year, and I think that'll kind of replace Percy. Do what? What am I looking most forward to? My goal ever since I was young was to be a quarterback in the NFL, and that's something that I'm looking forward to. But most is just the opportunity to have an impact with my platform and have the chance to minister, around the country to boys and girls who look up to football players.
All right, thanks, folks.
Thank you.